Hi everyone, Chris Natsky here with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching with your Mind of a Champion tip of the week on Facebook Live. I just want to start by saying thank you to everyone who tunes into this every week. Just really love your support and your feedback. And if you're on while I'm speaking here and you want to let me know that you're here, I'd love to say hi to you. Also, if you're enjoying these and you'd like me to talk about any other type of topic, if you've got any ideas, I'd really love your feedback because I'd love to explore some of the things you'd like to hear. So today what I want to do is I want to share about, I think, a really neat concept, which I'm entitling the 3 C's of creating a masterpiece day. And, you know, there's a gentleman by the name of John Wooden. He was a legendary basketball coach in the 60s and 70s. He was the head coach at UCLA for decades, and he retired in 1975 as the winningest basketball coach in NCAA history. And in addition to that, he won 10 national championships in a 12-year span. I mean, talk about success, right? But what's really interesting about Coach Wooden is he saw himself as a teacher, not necessarily a coach. In fact, the players that he taught oftentimes attribute him with being the one person in their life that totally transformed them. And one of his main tenets was making a masterpiece out of each day that we live. And what he meant by that wasn't necessarily this grandiose thing, but this was about focusing on each and every day the impact we can make, and knowing that you can't do anything about the past, but you can only impact today, and what you do today impacts tomorrow. So, you know, we do a lot of speaking in leadership circles about this idea of visioning, and there's nothing wrong with having this great vision. In fact, it's incredibly important. But what I think causes real breakthrough is when we focus on how we can work on that vision each and every day. Like the famous philosopher Anonymous said, success is not something that happens in a day, it's something we practice daily. And so if you take Coach Wooden's advice, what ends up happening is masterpiece days, they turn into masterpiece weeks. And masterpiece weeks turn into masterpiece months. And masterpiece months, they unfold into masterpiece years. And then, of course, masterpiece years unfold into a masterpiece life. So what I want to share with you today is as I was pondering this, came up with what I think are 3 key attributes that if we practice these daily can really help a masterpiece day unfold for us. And I call them the 3 C's. And the first one is to connect. And what I mean by that is first connecting with yourself. It's really easy in our busy life to grab the phone first thing in the morning, take a look at our email, take a look at the news, get all, involved in what's going on. But what I'm encouraging you to do is get quiet as soon as you wake up, whether it's meditation, it's a walk, it's a cup of coffee, it's in nature, and you connect with yourself. Because when you connect with yourself, what happens is that still small voice begins to help you with the answers to the problems that might come about. And it also helps you connect with your higher source, whether you call that God, Spirit, the universe, but it helps you get really in touch. And from that place, now you're able to better connect with the people that you love and the people that you work with and be the leader you're meant to be. So this whole idea of connection is incredibly important. The next C is to create. I know in my heart of hearts that we are creative beings. And I know in my own life that I am happiest when I'm creating. I'm happiest now when I'm creating this video. And when I look at my past life, those are the times when I really saw that as being a peak, when I was in that creative flow. And so what are the things you can do to create, whether it's creating your business, create movement in your body, create something in your relationship. Each and every day create something. And think about this, when we have challenges come up, what if we shifted from being a problem solver to a solution creator? Think about that. Think about the energy that comes present with that. Because then what ends up happening is we become creators in our lives versus victims of the circumstances. So where do you have an opportunity to create in your life each and every day? And the final thing is to contribute. Where are you able to contribute? Where are you able to share your gifts in the world? Now, this might sound a little bit utopian, but I have a personal belief that if everyone in the world was totally in line with what their gifts were and they shared it on a regular basis, we wouldn't have the difficulties that we have now. Because people would be so excited about sharing, they'd want everyone else to do the same. And we'd be able to access these great minds, these great hearts of ours to make the difference that we can in the world. Now, it's also important, though, that when we start from this aspect of contribution, that we make sure that we're contributing to ourselves first. And what do I mean? It means proper self-care, making sure we're getting plenty of rest, plenty of great thoughts in our mind, plenty of exercise, nutrition, etc., so that we can be at the very best, so that we can contribute. We don't want to be giving from a standpoint of emptiness. What we want to do is we want to be full ourselves, and that's the way that we can make the biggest impact. Like one of my teachers said, we have to take care of ourselves so we can help take care of others. So there you have it. Those are the 3 C's. Each day connecting, creating, and contributing. And that, to me, is what creates a masterpiece day. So I challenge all of us this week. How can you implement the 3 C's in your life? I know I'm going to be thinking about it. I'm going to be acting upon it. So that's your Mind of a Champion tip of the week for this week. And once again, I'm Chris Natzke with Black Belt Leadership Speaking and Coaching. If you got value from this, make sure, comment, share. And if you know of someone in your life that could really be impacted by this, make sure you share this with them as well. And once again, if you've got some ideas, concepts that you'd like me to kind of speak on, love to have you type that in there as well, so I can make sure I can make the best use of this time for you. So I appreciate you being with me, and we'll see you next week on the Mind of a Champion Tip of the Week.